welcome you all for the session 2 of day 2 of the National Level Technical Symposium on Advances in Materials and Manufacturing Engineering 2020, organized jointly by Department of Mechanical Engineering and Department of Basic Science and Humanities of Maharashtra Institute of Technology, Aurangabad from 30th June to 4th July 2020. Hope you have enjoyed the morning session on the role of 3D printing in COVID-19 pandemic. Before we start, I once again request all the participants to post their questions in the chat box addressed to Professor Izrauddin Kazi sir and Dr. Bhagwan Toksha sir only. Do not post the questions in public chat. For today's afternoon session, we have with us a renowned personality in the field of education as well as materials and manufacturing engineering to give the presentation on the topic green manufacturing. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Mrs. Geeta S. Lathkar. Dr. Mrs. Geeta Lathkar madam is currently working as the director of Mahatma Gandhi Mission's College of Engineering, Nanded. She has completed her PhD in 2003 from Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded, uh, under the guidance of Dr. S.K. Basu. The title of her PhD thesis was Optimization of Parameters and Cut Plan for Fine Machining Operations using Solid Lubricants. Her major current assignments are she is the member of Executive Council of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, Batu. She is approved as research guide and PG teacher in the subject Mechanical and Production Engineering by Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded. She is the elected member of Academic Council of Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded. She is working as a competent authority of Association of Maharashtra Unaided Private Medical and Dental Colleges since 2009. She has worked as Dean Faculty of Engineering, Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University. Uh, Apart from this, she has membership of many professional bodies like Fellow of Institution of Engineers, ASME Journal Reviewer. She is nominated in Advisory Committee of Indo-US Collaboration of Engineering Education, and she has also served as a member of National Executive Council of the Indian Society of Technical Education. Uh, she has guided 17 research scholars, and 9 out of them have completed their PhD. She has many research publications on her name, 13 international conference, 18 international journals, 7 national conference, and 9 national journals. And to her name, she has many awards also. She received a gold medal for the best research paper by Institution of Engineers India. She received the best director of the year at the Computer Society of India Tech Next India 2019, which was award to academia. She received the best personality of the year at the Regulden Inc. Award for singular dedication and achievement in her profession 2017. She also received best woman principal in engineering from ISTE, and she also received the 10 most influential women leaders in the Indian education by Higher Educational Digest, Bangalore. So I now request Lathkar madam to please start with the session.
Thank you for the kind introduction. You did not have told so many details. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, one and all. Good afternoon, the organizers and all the faculty members who have joined this faculty development program. I'm very happy to be part of this. Because of the COVID pandemic, we are all confined to our homes mostly. Now, like since last couple of weeks, we have started going to office for certain to take care of some official works. Rest, we are all confined. But though we are confined physically, we can have our minds free and we can think creatively about how to, put this situation to our best use. And such faculty development programs and webinars are being organized by all the colleges. And I'm very happy to be part of this faculty development program. I remember a story read in childhood about Alice in Wonderland. That is the book. And there is one very interesting dialogue in between Alice the girl and the queen of the Wonderland. So Alice is sharing with the queen that, look, like we have to run a lot to cover a very short distance in your state. So the queen smiles and she answers that, yes, you do have to run like a very for a long time to cover a short distance here. Sometimes you have to keep running to be at the same place even. So that is what is demonstrated by today's time to all of us, that to be at the same place also we have to keep running a lot, keep learning a lot, keep ourselves updated and keep ourselves in pace with the developments taking place in the field. Today I'm going to tell you about an approach for the manufacturing, green manufacturing. So we will be actually so we will be covering like what all we'll be covering in this webinar will be, we'll start from history of manufacturing, we'll see a little bit about conventional manufacturing and its limitation, and we'll go for green manufacturing and a sustainable manufacturing solution for taking into consideration the challenge respect of the energy, in respect of the products, and in respect of the processes. We'll see the impact of green manufacturing on environment sustainability and little future prospects, and that's all. So we'll start from the history of manufacturing. Manufacturing is a word derived from Latin word manufactura, which means made by hands. And we know that before industrial revolution, like the things used to be made with hands. We can see two people sitting here with a Lancaster 16-inch lathe with the engine attached. The press operation and the drilling operation. So what is happening is manufacturing system, like it create material wealth for human being, but what is happening is it also creates a lot of waste and it consumes a lot of energy. Okay, so we have to keep thinking about how do we reduce this energy consumption and how do we make this production process environment friendly. So limitations of conventional manufacturing are like because of the coolants and the lubricants used, health of the worker is affected because of emission of the hazardous vapors in the environment. There is uneven handling of the resources, there is a lot of wastage, productivity is decreased, and energy consumption is very high. So ultimately the processes are not environment friendly. So in today's manufacturing scenario with increasing global warming, industrial waste, non-biodegradable production, depletion of ozone layer, running out of fossil fuel supply, green manufacturing is becoming an important strategy in manufacturing. So like sustainable or green manufacturing is basically an economized manufacturing process that tends to exploit all the available resources, leaving behind reusable or biodegradable waste and thus justifying the concept of environment sustainability. So here we have, the sustainable manufacturing process at center, which is being seen here. Left-hand side, we can see that if these sustainable manufacturing processes take care of the environmental impact, they take care of the personal health of the operators involved and safety measures of operators. And ultimately what effects we are getting is we have the reduced manufacturing cost, we have the reduced energy consumption, and we have the reduced waste to manage. Okay, so this all together, leads us to sustainable manufacturing. So like there is growing demand and energy crisis that has to be looked after. Now, if we see and look at the history a little bit, what we see is between 1950 and 2005, okay, worldwide metal production has grown in 6 folds. Oil consumption has risen 8 folds. Natural gas consumption has raised up to 14 folds. And greenhouse gas emissions are going to be doubled by 2050. We are talking about the ozone layer depletion, we talk about the greenhouse effect, and we are leading towards, double the emission by 2050 if we don't do anything. You know that India is fourth largest economy in the world, and we are fifth rank as far as long as gas emissions are, thought of. We are fifth in the gas emission in the world, and about we are donating about, I think, 4 million tons of green initiatives are very important in today's scenario. Now, green initiatives, when we talk about, we have to talk about three aspects of the green manufacturing. The energy that is used for manufacturing should be green, the products should be green, and processes also should be green. I mean, we cannot go for perfect green things many a times, but we have to reduce the energy consumption, we have to reduce the waste, and we have to use the cleanest energy sources. Now, here it could be seen, and this is wind energy, which are the cleanest sources of the energy. There is tidal power energy, there is geothermal energy as well. And geothermal energy, the cold water is made to flow over the hot strata inside the earth, and like the hot steam under high pressure comes out from the other end. Here it could be seen, and the steam could be put to use for different, energy generation purposes. So, these methods for to reduce the energy consumption. Okay, about these sources of energy, those also should be clean, and we should also optimize the energy consumption when actual production is going on. So these were few examples of the clean energy, and we'll see how the energy is to be optimized while actual processes are going on. So synchronization of spindle acceleration or deceleration with the feed system, that reduces 10% of energy consumption, it is observed. So we should go for this. Operations like deep drilling, it is periodically taken out. The drill is periodically taken out, to remove the chips, because the chips created inside will create a hindrance for the drill itself, and the surface finish will be affected, and the power required will be more because of this. So what we can do is we can introduce a cleaning operation by with the help of a pecking cycle intermittently for the chips those are generated, and we can save this power which is required for deep drilling as such. We can also develop the mathematical models for electrical energy use in machining, validating the tool path, thus making the machine tools more energy efficient. Selection of process parameters, that also plays very important role. And I had done my thesis of the doctorate based on this selection of process parameters. I had optimized the process parameters for the maximum surface finish and the energy optimization point of view. If the proper process parameters are selected, we can save the energy without compromising the quality of the product that is required. So energy could also be recovered and the energy is saved up to from 5% to almost 25%. Now, this is about the energy. So the source of energy should be cleaner, and the energy should be optimized during the processes. Now we talk about the green products. A green product is a sustainable product designed to minimize its environmental impacts during its whole life cycle, and even after it is of no use. Okay. So when this life cycle approach is taken, The life cycle assessment is done at various stages of the product as such. So while during the manufacture, before the manufacture, during the stage of design and transporting the raw materials, during the actual use of the product, and when the product becomes of no use, at various stages the life cycle assessment is done, is quantified. Now some, in one of the papers I have referred, I used about uh, for example, a car production was considered, and it was seen that the energy consumed in production of the car is 9.2% during the resource extraction and the transportation stage, the initial stage before the actual production starts. The production and selling of the car consumes about 13.9% of the energy. And during actual use of the car, 76.8% of the energy is consumed. And after the life cycle ends, it's just 0.1% energy is consumed. So biggest impact is made at the consumer use stage of the life of the product. So when it is 76.8% during the actual use of the car, this is the stage where we have to pay maximum attention of ours to, bring out the changes to reduce the energy consumption, increase the efficiency, and decrease the gas emissions, the exhaust gas emissions. So, like this is the life cycle approach, and this is done for the products. Nowadays, a very detailed study is done. The things are quantified, comparison is done, and the which stage we have to pay attention at is determined in advance at the planning stage only, and accordingly the changes are brought in at the design stage only. Now, green products are usually identified by having two basic goals: reducing waste and maximizing resource efficiency. They are manufactured using toxic-free ingredients and environmentally friendly procedures and are certified by authorized agencies. Environmental awareness plays a huge part here. While designing the products and enhancing their utility for everyday use, using green technology, these products can reduce waste, cut down pollution, and even diminish the use of fossil fuels by a huge percentage as compared to their older counterparts. Now, if we consider the example of Tesla electric cars, what is happening here? You know that the conventional cars has got about 3,500 parts in the assembly of the car, whereas this car is said to have only 12 parts. Look at the drastic reduction in, in the number of parts those are used. So, there is drastic reduction in the fuel consumption, fossil fuel consumption, efficiency is increased, and most important part is you have no dangerous like gases, exhaust gases to be taken care of. Yeah, so engine of the car is the culprit, having maximum number of parts inside, and that is about it. Here it's a motor replaced, like we have the motor here in electric cars, so the engine and its multiple number of parts are all deleted. Now there are some other eco-friendly products are coming up and are being advertised by different companies. Like here you see a dishwasher which is claimed to use 50% of the water and 50% of the power as well, half the power and half the water required by its counterparts. There are some other products like refrigerator and HVAC systems, giving they are given the star ratings nowadays. Whereas star ratings are given on the base of the power consumption. There are programmable thermostats like installed here, deployed in these air conditioning systems, and they maintain the temperature that is desired. Otherwise, they cut the supply when the desired temperature is achieved, and when they bring back the supply when it is required to reduce the temperature. So this is how, the products are being designed. Something about the green products, we'll go for the green processes. The state of the global environment is a matter of concern for everyone, as I told you. Increasing pollution and fast depletion of the Earth's resources, they threaten the future of our planet. And it's a green technology to the rescue of the human race as such, to protect the future of our planet, because it is our responsibility to hand over this planet to the next generations in a better conditions than what we have had it. We have deteriorated the environment to a great extent for last few generations, and like every generation, including ours, should take care of bringing back the earth to the original state or better state even with the help of green technologies. Green technology is a relatively new area of expertise, but it is growing fast because there is a very viable need to reduce the detrimental effects of pollution, global warming, and greenhouse effects. Green technology will bring innovation to daily life, ensuring continuous scientific and technological progress while also protecting the environment. Now we look at the green processes. So we start from the conventional processes like casting is the age-old process and still it is being utilized. The disadvantage of casting is the heavy metals which are, there at the reminiscences after the casting process is done. The sand which is there in the mold has got the limited use, a limited number of usages, and these heavy metals which are there left in the sand, we cadmium, lead, and zinc, like these heavy metals, they are removed with the help of of toxic gases containing carbon gaseous benzenes, etc. For from the cupola furnace is taken care of nowadays. Now, green machining. Now, casting, after casting, we'll look at the machining. What is happening in the machining? Nowadays, you know that the cutting fluids in the machines, are used extensively to remove and reduce the heat during the machining operations. The use of cutting fluids enhances the machining quality, reduces the cost of machining by increasing the tool life, but the mist and the vapor generated is very harmful. It is said that it causes skin cancer for the operators who are there in the vicinity of these dangerous hazardous vapors. And that's why the like minimum use of this minimum use of quantity of lubricant the researchers have gone for nowadays. Here in this picture you can see that the lubricant or the cutting fluid mixed with air under pressure is installed or is provided to the tool itself. Here we can see a milling cutter, a drill through which the vapor mist is coming through. It is deployed at the point of cut, at the point of operation, and this is mixed with air under pressure, and the minimum quantity of lubricant is used so that the vapors generated out of this will be minimum possible. But sometimes what is happening is some metals which are very difficult to machine, like titanium alloys or like Inconel, the space age metals, we have to go for the flooded lubrication, and there is a requirement of huge cutting fluids to be deployed. There what happens is, uh, it is unavoidable. Here, flooded lubrication is seen here for multiple drilling operations or milling operation. And this mist is inevitable to be generated and it is hazardous. Here, the filters are used for this mist which is generated from the use of the flooded lubrication. Let us see.
Filter mist units efficiently remove oil mist, coolant mist, fumes, and steam in thousands of manufacturing operations around the world. It is the robust, reliable, and proven solution for eliminating oil mist. Operations including turning, grinding, milling, spark erosion, sawing, and even food processing can result in operatives being exposed to a wide range of airborne and hazardous substances in the workplace. Depending upon the content of this pollution and the extent of exposure, operators and employees can experience a wide range of adverse health effects and diseases. This toxic fume is also a direct safety hazard as surfaces become covered in a slippery and flammable oil film. presenting a risk of serious injury and fire, as well as damaging equipment throughout the factory. Developed through 45 years of global experience and the expertise of internationally recognized centers of engineering excellence, filter mist is proven worldwide as a highly effective, easy to fit and easy to maintain solution for oil mist removal, extracting oil mist from its source, and ensuring a clean and safe environment for your workforce. Filter mist units are also ideal for collecting and removing steam generated in high-temperature aqueous applications, such as parts washing. Water droplets of the dirt and detergent contained within it can be dangerous to health, as well as damage machinery if not removed effectively. Filter mist offers a stainless steel unit specifically for use in parts washing and food production applications. As with many ingenious inventions, the principles of the filter mist are elegantly simple. A perforated drum with specially designed vanes rotates at high speed. Oil mist is drawn into the unit and impacts on its vanes at high velocity. Special drum pads assist the coalescing process and filter out stray solid particles. Centrifugal force pushes oil to the unit's outer case, where it drains back to the machine for reuse or collection, and clean air is returned to the workshop through the top of the unit. For applications that generate smoke or any submicron particles, the filters can be retrofitted to the filter mist units. Fitting is a very simple operation, as the device is held in place over the exhaust end of the filter mist unit. Because every situation has its own particular requirements, filter mist has been designed with various mounting options in mind. In this case, shown here, the unit is mounted on top of the machine. Another option is to mount the filter mist unit on a floor stand beside the machine, connected with ducting. For applications such as grinding, where the air is also contaminated with dust or metal fragments, the optional cyclone unit is designed to collect dust and swarf before it enters the filter mist unit. The system is attached to the inlet of the filter mist unit, and the contaminated air passes through it. The low pressure area within the separator encourages the heavier solid particles to fall to its base, where they can be easily extracted. Oil mist is then removed by the filter mist in the usual way. For added peace of mind, filter mist has introduced F-Monitor, a new automatic dual monitoring system that uses colored warning lights to advise machine operators when an oil mist collector needs servicing, or if there are any blockages in the system restricting the airflow. F-Monitor can be retrofitted to the complete filter mist range and is sold as an optional accessory on all our oil mist collectors. With industry-leading products, Filter Mist is established in over 60 countries worldwide, providing service and support whenever and wherever you need it. Easy to fit, easy to maintain, with robust and reliable performance that has been proven in over 100,000 applications. Filter Mist oil mist removal systems are trusted to improve the working conditions of millions of workers around the globe. Filter Mist, protecting people in cleaner, safer, more productive workshops.
So this is what is about the latest practices. Those are being followed in the industry.
Filter mist oil mist collectors use centrifugal impaction to remove or reclaim oil mist, coolant, fume, and steam from a wide range of manufacturing operations.
Now, are there any alternatives for these manufacturing processes? We have seen that we can reduce the quantity of the cutting oil to take care of the environment. We can go for minimum quantity of lubricants. Where it is unavoidable to go for the flooded lubrication, we can deploy the filters, and we can take care of this release of the dangerous gases or the vapors to the environment. Then can we go for some alternative technology? And additive manufacturing is coming into the picture nowadays with stereolithography, like selective laser sintering is one of the processes. Fuse deposition modeling is another process, or laminated object manufacture is another process. The like objects, like we can see here, the medical implant, which is a very complex shape is there, and we cannot go for the regular or conventional manufacturing to go for such products, and such products are better made with the additive manufacturing technologies. So these are some examples here for the additive manufacturing technologies. Like some of the advanced technologies are coming up nowadays, like simulation. Now, CNC machines are there, computer controlled machines, and there are simulation software. So in advance, we can simulate the product which is to be loaded to the CNC machine with the help of the softwares like AnyLogic or MATLAB, SimScale, Simuteam, Simulink, Arena. And like there are softwares by company known as MSC Softwares, Hexagon, in whose collaboration we are setting up the Center of Excellence, Technical Excellence Center at Aurangabad, which will give training about all these techniques and the various controls, the rapid prototyping, the drone lab is going to be there, the like advanced driving system, like automatic driving system assistance, that is also going to be there. So that's a different thing, but because of in advance, we can plan for that, and we can execute, saving the energy. Now, there are certain advanced techniques like in this incremental forming are coming up. So where we have to form the, like on a sheet, suppose we have to give a desired form to a sheet, a metallic sheet. What we have to do is we have to, like when the product is of bigger size, we have to go for bigger sizes of punches or the press, and then bigger power is required. So instead of that, it is a new approach that whatever desired shape is, a small tool is made to follow a path, desired path, to generate the desired shape. And like we save the energy on a like huge scale with this. So instead of operating a big press, generating big heat, so we can take care of the same operation, same effect is produced with the help of much smaller tool, giving it the desired profile or path to be followed to generate the desired shape. Now some catalytic converter, I read about this also. Like this is not a very new technology. This is installed in the exhaust way of the automobile or even the CNC machines. What is happening is the exhaust gas from an internal combustion engine is passed through this catalytic converter, and with the redox reactions, like the reduction and oxidation takes place here, and like the dangerous gases like carbon monoxide with oxidation is converted to less hazardous carbon dioxide, which is desirable in the environment, because you know that trees grow with carbon dioxide, and the nitrogen oxide is with oxidation is with reduction, and the nitrogen oxide is reduced to nitrogen. You know that more than 70% is nitrogen in our regular atmosphere. So when it is nitrogen, it is not dangerous. When it is carbon monoxide, it is dangerous. So it is converted with oxidation to carbon dioxide, and thus the hazardousness or the dangerousness is reduced to a great extent with the help of such devices. Now, this was invented by some Mr. Mooney, who happens to be the alumnus of New Jersey Institute of Technology, where my son has studied. So he gave me information about this catalytic converter. Okay. So just 1 minute, some problem seems to be there with the slides. So like industry 4.0 applications, I think somebody is going to give you a full lecture on this, so I don't have to explain about this. But the latest, concepts of the cloud computing or Internet of Things, augmented reality. So we can like apply our creativity to a great extent with Industry 4.0 applications, and we can use these applications in the interest of reduced this thing energy consumption and enhancing the efficiency of the things working. Okay, and go towards green manufacturing. Now, an industry is said to be developed not with highest production rates or not with modern technologies, but it is successful when it maintains higher production with adoption. Okay, so with adoption of these new technologies and adoption of the concept of energy optimization and reduction in the wastage. So with application of green manufacturing and technology, with reduction in consumption of power, with optimized usage of resources, and it can be altogether called as this developed institution. Now, benefits of green manufacturing, as we can see that altogether, it improves the corporate brand. So if our industry is a green industry, we follow the principles of green manufacturing. We go for lesser emission of the hazardous gases or vapors. We go for improved health of the workers. We automatically improve the corporate brand. Then improved health and morale of the workers, of course, it is there. Increased market opportunities will be there, promoting the green production. There will be lowered regulatory concerns. So we have to bother about so many regulatory, concerns imposed by the government, imposed by the various regulatory authorities. So if we are following these practices, we will have lower concern towards the regulatory things. There will be reduction in the cost because of the lesser consumption of power and reduction in the wastage. So improved product performance is obviously there, and compliance achieved with a long term. We get long term benefits because of all this policy adopted. We have decreased liabilities and we have reduced carbon footprints. And this has been the result of survey of, I think, 198 SMEs. Like it has proved that we improve on all these counts. So for the manufacturers, if we want to give the Go Green tips, so what are the Go Green tips? Implement an environmental management solution in advance, implement production rules for engineers, provide early access for the planners, what it is going to be all about, how much energy it is going to consume, what are the different ways and means we can reduce the energy consumption, how can we reduce the waste. We have to keep on monitoring the usage of all this, all the appliances, all the technologies, and all the manpower. Okay, we should go paperless. We should evaluate motors and drives. I read about KSB motors, and one of my colleagues, Dr. Jasbir Singh Sidhu, he was like sharing with me that the KSB pump that he has installed on the borewell at his home, they claim that the current drawn by the pump is much lesser than its counterpart, having the same power, and hence the energy consumed and the running expenses go very low. So like evaluate the motors and drives you are utilizing on the shop floor for the production, and go for less power consuming devices. Then like keep on conducting the energy audit, okay, and periodically, and go for reviewing the energy consumption and finding out the ways and means to reduce the energy consumption in your production process. Now, on the environment, how it is affecting, it reduces the energy consumption, it reduces the fuel consumption, it reduces the toxic emissions, it reduces the pollution in general, and reduces greenhouse effect and reduce the carbon footprint. depending on the amount of carbon or methane that is being generated because of the production processes, your carbon footprint of the industry is evaluated, is quantified, and is uh, assessed for the industry. And in lieu of this carbon footprint, now industries are encouraged for the plantation, and equivalent to the carbon footprint that is generated, the equivalent plantation of the trees, okay, is to be done by the industries. And we have to keep on monitoring. Like engineering colleges have also received the circulars from AICT to assess the carbon footprint generated, because you are putting so many people together, you're carrying out certain practicals, like you are also responsible to some extent to for the pollution you are creating, and then you should go for plantation of trees in lieu of the carbon footprint you are going to create in the environment. Now, if we see the future prospect of this green manufacturing, we can see that there is World Business Council for Sustainable Development, which describes a world in which the manufacturing industries follow life cycle approaches. We have discussed about life cycle approach in brief. You can read more if you want. That enable dematerialization and expanded service systems. And this report is called as Vision 2050 report and is based on green manufacturing as a very crucial weapon. Now we can go for the conclusion as green manufacturing focuses on primary goals such as minimization of emissions, effluents, use of renewable energy resources, life cycle costs for the products and services. An industry which has established already cannot shift suddenly. Now it is obvious to understand that if we talk about the green manufacturing ways and ways of installing some additional things, ways of like different drives and motors to be installed in the industry, all of a sudden, which industry is working since years together, it is not possible to change the scene overnight, okay? But the new manufacturers can in advance think of applying the green technology, the green processes, and can plan since the beginning for the green manufacturing. We can understand the industries which are running from years together, they cannot change suddenly, but they can definitely think of going in stages for applying and implementing the green manufacturing ways. So these are some of the references I have used. I'm thankful to all these people who helped me to, prepare this presentation on the green manufacturing. Green, it is not the process actually, but it is the way of thinking. We should think in the green way. We should think of improving the environment, and we should take care of every action that we take that is not causing any harm to the environment around us. And we will be the generation, let us at least be the generation which has started making it better for the generations coming, because lighting in the shop floor also, or lighting in our institute also. We go for the lesser energy consuming devices which are available nowadays, like LEDs and all. So it could be installed in the industries, those could be utilized in the institution as well. And we can like save every bit of energy that is getting utilized, ultimately adding to the environment. So let us think about the world to be the green world of tomorrow. Thank you very much. If you got any questions, they are welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
Madam, I'm IA Kazi from Mechanical Department. So thanks a lot for your enlightening session on green manufacturing. Here I'll just read out some questions that are posted by the participants today.
Yes.
Number one, shifting from conventional to green manufacturing is costlier. So how can that be achieved after this pandemic in India?
Like, like before the pandemic also it is the same way. After the pandemic also it is going to be the same way. But pandemic has made us aware, okay, that what it is all about, how to be there with the cleanest possible environment, maintaining the social distance and all. So all these concepts will be there forever now. And we have to weigh, you know, the cost of manufacturing against the health hazards it's going to cause. So if we are like saving the cost and spreading the diseases like skin cancer amongst the operator, then how much is it going to cost? See, everybody, every time while costing the operations in the industry, we are not taking into account the harm that we are causing to the environment. But I think we should be taking into consideration in terms of cost. The harm is to be taken in terms of cost and in terms of damage we are causing to the health of the operators and to the environment. Then you will not feel that it is costly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. I hope that answered the question. Next question is, how can we collaborate green manufacturing with Industry 4.0?
See, Industry 4.0 is, you know, helping you ultimately, you know, to reduce the energy consumption. Okay, with the different technology assistance it is providing you, it is going to reduce the, you know, energy consumption. It is helping you to optimize the resources. So these both the things are leading us to the green manufacturing.
Hello.
Yes. Reducing energy requirement, reducing waste, optimizing the resources, everything is leading to green manufacturing. So Industry 4.0 is definitely going to help us. It is leading us towards green manufacturing.
Thank you, ma'am. And the next question is from one of our students. He's asking, what is current scenario of green manufacturing?
Current scenario of green manufacturing, I showed you the filters, those are deployed in the industries. We are talking about the current things only, which are getting installed to take care of the energy consumption, to take care of reduction into that, to take care of optimization of resources, to take care of reduction in the waste. Okay, this is all leading us to green manufacturing.
Thank you, ma'am. The next.
Yes, it has to be there. Okay? Everybody has to think about this and everybody has to go in that direction to ultimately achieve these things. It has become essential thing to be done to take care of our environment, to take care of our own lives. See, we are doing the costing, suppose costing of the lubricant. So we'll take into consideration the cost of lubricant, we'll take into consideration the additives into the lubricant, we will take into consideration the cost of filtering and replacement of this lubricant. But we will never calculate the cost of, you know, the health hazards it is causing, which has to be taken into account. The environmental effects are also to be taken into account while costing the things.
Thank you, madam. The next question is, what are the future research topics in the area of sustainable manufacturing?
Future area of research is like I told you about the optimization of the parameters in various metal cutting processes. Okay, for example, it has got a wide scope. Optimization of energy, it has got a wide scope. So we apply it to every stage here, stage of production, every operation that is involved in the production, every technology that is being deployed nowadays. We can examine it in terms of the energy optimization and we can go for research.
Thank you, madam.
Like using the
next
softwares, simulations, there is wide scope everywhere. for the new
Thank you,
research
ma'am. Thanks a
projects
lot.
to be undertaken.
In conventional machining processes.
Repeat it, please.
What are the new prospects considering green manufacturing in the field of cutting fluid application during
Cutting fluid
conventional
applications
machining
are
process?
to be avoided. Cutting fluid applications are to be avoided wherever we can. Is inevitable. We can use the filters. We can take care of the vapor, okay, which is released in the environment. We should reduce it.
Thank you, madam. Ma'am, the next question is uh, for machining of super alloys, as we see that cutting fluid becomes hello, hello.
Yes, super alloys cutting
Uh,
fluid becomes inevitable.
Yeah, for super alloys. So the same question, as in case of super alloys, as we see that the cutting fluid becomes important. So how we can apply the principles of green manufacturing?
I showed you just now the filters.
Okay.
Okay, the different techniques to reduce this vapor which is released. So this is exception actually for these metals. We cannot, for the super alloys and for inconel, for titanium alloys, we cannot avoid this okay, coolants, the great use of coolants. But then you can deploy the filters, you can deploy other techniques, to take care of the vapors released, and go ahead with it. What can we do? At least right now there is, we can go for additive manufacturing, but it's still going to be difficult for these metals. So
Thank
as
you,
it,
ma'am.
we can just reduce the vapors, that's all.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, the next question is Dr. Lathkar, madam.
Uh, yes, we are working. So every time we keep green manufacturing as our aim. So whatever research projects we are undertaking. So like whatever energy, so can we reduce the energy consumption? Can we reduce the wastage? Okay. So I had used solid lubricants for metal cutting and had optimized the cutting parameters. Okay. So
Thank you very much, ma'am. So this was the end for the question answer session.
okay.
Uh, so we are really had a great time, ma'am, listening you uh, for this enlightening session full of knowledge and exhaustive information on the field of green manufacturing. Uh, your appreciable work in the field of green manufacturing and towards sustainable development is really admirable. I take this opportunity as a member of the organizing committee of this technical symposium to express my sincere gratitude to the session expert today, Dr. Geeta Lathkar, Madam, Director, MGM, College of Engineering, Nanded. Numerous benefits of green manufacturing that Dr. Geeta Lathkar, ma'am, has mentioned will surely motivate us to go green in whatever the manufacturing process practices we are involved in, and will surely promote research on eco-friendly techniques. In addition to the effective presentation on the topic of green manufacturing, her way of quoting an example in the very first words, uh, using the example of Alice in the Wonderland, showed us the importance of lifelong learning for our participants, and that is also really admirable. I thank Dr. Geeta Lathkar, madam, for answering a host of questions from our participants. Thank you once again.
I take this opportunity
So
to thank the organizers to have called me here. I thank my guide, Dr. Basu, who has imbibed this value in me about green manufacturing since my research work that started in 1997 after my PG. I thank my PhD student and my dear colleague, Dr. Jasbir Singh Sidhu, for helping me making this presentation, and my personal assistant, Kedar Kandarkar, for helping me making the slides and going through the session smoothly. I think there was disturbance once the slides were not, but we managed somehow. This is the way we have found out to be in connect with each other, and I'm very happy to be connected with all the faculty members who are attending this webinar. Thank you very much. It was a
Madam, I am
pleasure
Dr.
to-
Ashok Kishi here.
Yes.
I am very much thankful to you for delivering a nice and informative talk on latest and important topic on green manufacturing.
Yeah.
You have covered all the areas that are related to green manufacturing and even in pollution. And this technology also focuses on green design for environment of green manufacturing system, energy conservation, and development of product with less wastage. So thank you, madam, once again. And we'll organize similar kind of sessions in future also. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So I also thank all the participants for their active participation and cooperation for making this session very successful. So at the end, I'll quote, stay green and save energy. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaji sir. So I declare that the session is over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.